Hey YouTube family and friends, Aubrey here from It's the Reads, and I am here to update you all on Nicholas's 4-month-old birthday. So as of June 16th, Nicholas is officially 4 months old, and today we went to his 4-month-old checkup. So let me just jump right into the video. He is currently weighing 16 pounds and he is measuring 25 inches long. In terms of percentiles, his weight is in the 60th percentile and his height is a little bit low. He's a little bit on the short side. He is in the 28th percentile for his height. And then they also did a measurement for his head, and he is currently in the 75th percentile for his head. But yeah, all of his measurements check out. He's doing well in terms of growth and development. Nicholas is now eating infant cereal. We started this about a week and a half ago. He started off with rice cereal, and about 3 or 4 days ago we started giving him the oatmeal cereal. And he does that twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evenings before bedtime, before we give him a bath and do our nighttime routine. And I have to say, I really do think it has affected him. The cereal has affected him for the better. And what I mean by that is I can tell a difference in his disposition. He seems more content, a little less fussy. And one of the biggest improvements that I've seen is he is now able to sleep through the night. The most that he's done is about 7 hours. Technically last night he slept for 8 hours. However, there was an hour in there from like 11 to 12 where he woke up and I had to go in there and pat his belly and let him know that it was okay to go back to sleep and get him to do his self-soothing regimen. So that's another thing. I started sleep training with him about a week and a half ago. And the reason why I started it is because I noticed that he seemed to be a lot more aware of his surroundings. He seems to be putting two and two together, noticing a little bit of cause and effect. And there was a moment there where it was getting really hard for me to get him to go to sleep without him waking up. So what I was doing a lot of rocking, I was feeding him a lot, and then I would rock him and go put him in the bed and he would wake up. And then I would do it all over again, and I would spend so much time getting him to go to bed. So I felt like, okay, this is not really sustainable for me. It's not really good for him either, and I want him to be a good sleeper. So at that point, I decided it was time to do some sleep training. I did some unofficial research. Dr. Ferber, I think it was a doctor who came up with this whole sleep training idea of putting your baby in the crib after he or she has been fed and changed and all of his or her needs have been taken care of. You put them in the crib, you let them cry it out, and you check in on them every 5 minutes or so, and gradually you can increase the time that you check back on them to 6 minutes, to 7 minutes, and so on and so on. And it took a couple of days, but eventually I got to the point where I could put him in the crib and he will go to sleep on his own. I know there are still going to be nights where he does wake up in the middle of the night, but I think it's going to be comforting for both me and him to know that if that is the case, I can go in there and pat his belly and tell him it's okay, Nicholas, it's time to go to bed, and he will eventually go to sleep. That's a lot less stress on both of us. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say about sleep training. It has gone well, and I'm happy that I stuck with it because there were a few times when it was really hard and I was like, I don't know if I could do this, especially when he was crying. But other than that, he still eats roughly every 2 to 3 hours during the day. I'm not going to start him on solids until 6 months, or at least until he starts showing a little bit more interest in food. First of all, because that's what the pediatrician recommended, but second of all, he's not showing interest in food yet. And when I feed him the rice cereal, he still has the reflex where he pushes a little bit out of his mouth with his tongue. So we're just going to stick with the rice cereal for now and get him to get a little bit more used to eating and more comfortable to eating that before I switch him over to more solids. 4 months, wow, what a difference. First of all, he's a lot more aware. He is now responding to sound and putting sound and his visual context together, I guess you can say. So if I walk into the room and he's on the floor or in his little bouncy seat or whatever, he will hear my footsteps and he'll turn to look and see me coming or Matt entering the room. Now I'm just working with him on responding to his name. So I'm trying to say his name often and let him know that when I say that, that means that's who you are, so respond to your name. Let's see, tummy time. Wow, tummy time has progressed so much. He used to scream and cry for tummy time. He would also get pretty sweaty because it was like a little workout for him. But now I put him on his tummy, and he's not always like gung-ho about it. He's not always like, yay, tummy time, but he's gotten to the point now to where he's pushing up really well. But now he knows that if he gets tired when he's on his tummy, he can just relax and lay on his stomach for a while, so it's not so stressful. And another thing that he started doing suddenly is rolling over on his side. He's now sleeping on his side, which is a little bit scary for me because I'm just concerned that he might end up in a position where he can't breathe, and I think that's pretty common fear for parents when their infants start to turn and roll over. But yeah, he's sleeping on his side now, even though I always lay him down on his back. And he's also rolling over now more from back to belly and belly to back. And he does it mostly in his crib. I'm pretty sure that he's using the spindles on the side of his crib. He uses those and pushes off of those with his feet so that he's able to turn over from belly to back and back to belly, because he doesn't do back to belly and belly to back so easily when he's just on the floor playing. He's definitely grabbing for things. I can put something in the front of his face, not just to the side like earlier, and he will grab for it. So I know that his vision is becoming, I guess, more complete, because when babies are born, their peripheral vision is much stronger than their vision in the front. He plays pretty well. He's becoming more independent, which I can say, and that's nice because it allows me to, do a few chores around the house or cook a meal. In terms of his social behavior, he's a very social baby. He doesn't mind being around other people. He doesn't mind other people holding him yet. He did do a little giggle the other day, which was pretty nice. We were giving him a bath, and Matt lifted up his arm to clean his armpit, and he giggled, and it was so sweet. It was so nice to hear him officially laugh, because he definitely babbles and he smiles a lot, but that was kind of the first full laugh that we heard. His personality is starting to come through a little bit more. He seems like a very thoughtful baby, because he has moments where he seems like he's really trying to figure things out. It sometimes seems like his mind is wandering off, I guess, like he's in his own space in his head, maybe putting two and two together. But yeah, that is Nicholas's 4-month-old update. It's been amazing so far to see him grow and just achieve new milestones. I'm really enjoying being a parent, and so is Matt. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video, and also thank you so much for subscribing. I know we've got some new subscribers out there. Let me go ahead and say hello. Thank you for subscribing. And those subscribers who have been with us for forever, thank you so much for hanging in there. We really appreciate it. I always put our Instagram names in the description box below, because on those days when we're not doing vlogs and I don't have updates, we do have a lot of family activities and things that we're doing. We take pictures and we post them on our Instagram. So it's a way for you all to kind of, I guess, stay in touch with us even though we're not here on YouTube. So yeah, go follow us on Instagram. And when you follow us, let us know you're from YouTube so that we can, know who you are, know how you found us. But yeah, we appreciate you guys following us here on YouTube. And we'll see you next time on the next update and the next vlog. So see you next time on It's the Reeds. Thanks for watching.